Hello and welcome to Yet Fit, where we help willing people build a mindset and skill set that builds their dream. And today I just want to ask you this question. What is that one thing that is holding you back from achieving that dream of yours? From doing those things that you want to do? Or from building that thing that you've been promising to work on? What is that one thing that's holding you? Is it time? Is it fear? Is it lack of motivation? Or what is it really that's holding you from building that dream that you want? As we come to the close of another year, I want us to all take a break and think about that one thing. Let's be sincere and focus on it this time around. Let's stop trying to just sweep it on the carpet like it does not exist, because we all know it is there. And I can tell you my one thing that held me back. I will speak from my own story. My one thing was fear. Fear of a lot of things. Fear to fail. Fear to do what I'm doing today. To sit down, get on the camera and talk to you. I started a YouTube channel a couple of years ago now. But I prefer just stay in the background, and I did a lot of my videos. I never cared to show my face, never cared to talk a lot. I just show what I was doing because I have a crafting channel also. So that was easy for me. That was on a skip. Yeah, just do the crafting. You don't have to talk. You don't have to just put the instructions there. You don't have to talk. You don't have to show your face. So I use that as a escape. The fear of um, maybe people think if I'm going crazy, how people going to accept this, that, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to focus full time on my business and building this dream that I want. And so I had that fear in me for a very long time. It weighed me down. It stopped me from doing this for years because I was afraid, one, what if I quit my job and this business that my husband and I were working on, what if it doesn't go well and then we have to go back to the situation that we were in? Because for those of you who know me, you know my story. Yes. But if you don't know me, well, keep following. You will get to know my story because it comes up bits and pieces as we go about. Because if I want to take some time to sit and give you my story, the entire channel would just be about me, or the entire podcast would just be about me. And it's not the intent of this channel. This channel is to help you and not to talk about me or not to promote myself, but it is to help you. And so I want to dwell on just the one thing that I know I figured that out because I wasn't afraid to admit it. I wasn't afraid to tell myself that, yes, I know I'm afraid. I know. And so what I had to do was to make fear my friend, because I know that it's not going anywhere. It's inside of us. It's not going anywhere. As long as you cross the stage of being a kid, you develop fear. It's only kids, toddlers, babies. They don't have fear for anything. And so if we want to move forward in life, we just have to make fear our friend, because it's not going anywhere. It's going to stay there. But you know one thing I'm going to tell you today? The things that make great people great is not because they don't have a fear or because they don't have fears. They have fears, but they face it anyway and they do what it is they have to do. They be afraid, their legs be shaking, their tongues be slipping. Their bank accounts be rocking, but they go ahead and do what it is that they have to do because they know that fear is not going anywhere. And there's only two things that can happen. You either go up or you come down. So there's just nothing else that's going to change. It's either it happens or it doesn't happen. But if it doesn't happen, I always like to tell myself that at least I try. I learned something. I don't call it failure. I call it a learning process. I've learned something new. I learned that even though I did it this way, I should try to change it. What is it that I did wrong this time? Or what is it that I did that didn't work? Okay. And that's why I go around with a lot of notebooks and pen and whatever, because I write down almost everything. I just write. And so if I was doing something and it did not work up right the first time, I know that whatever process that I went through, maybe I should modify that process. I should try to go another way. And so in my journey or on my journey, I've done a lot of things. I've tried a lot of things. Some of them work, some of them fail, but I learned, and at least I'm proud that I try. So this is the thing that I want you to ask yourself today. What if it works? What if I win? Because it's possible. Not just because I'm saying that it's possible, but because I know that it's possible, and because I know that you have the potential in you to do it. Because I know that it worked for me, and it can work for anybody. Because you know what? Principles are constant, they don't change. It's just biblical principle. Those things don't change. If it works for a short person, it works for a tall person. It works for you in the west, in the east, in the south, wherever you are. So I say this to say that whatever it is that you want to work on, if you start working on it and get that ball rolling, believe me, there's success ahead. And I'm not telling you that it's going to be easy, because believe me now, nothing is easy. Even waking up in the morning to go to work, it's not easy, right? But you still do it anyway. So why can't you come from work and put in that extra time on building something on the side for yourself, which is even more guaranteed, and then you holding on to or unemployment or somebody's job? Because remember, that person can choose to ask you to leave anytime. Your employer has the right to, I mean, hire you, right? So he or she has the right to fire you, same way. Or like things are going now, we're entering, like the finance people keep saying, right, into a recession. 2023, the world is going to go into another recession. We're just from COVID, we're barely building things up from COVID, and then we're going into a recession. But you know what? It's not going to be the end of the world. There has been many recessions. If you go back in history, the world never ended. Life is going to continue. Even in the midst of it, life is there. There's still going to be a lot of millionaires and billionaires being made. Because the thing about it is that during recession or during hard times, it's not like the money is going in the ground. They're not burying the money. No, it's just moving on to the people who are creating new ideas or who are solving problems. That's all. The money is just moving on to the people who sit down and think how to solve the new problems that come up in this new recession. That's all. So I just want you to ask yourself today and answer yourself. Get a notebook, write it down, because that way you can hold yourself accountable, or get someone to hold you accountable. And if it is fear, like I said, we're addressing fear today because I know it's one of the major things that hold a lot of us back. I will tell you, like I said, fear will always be there. It's not going anywhere. So just have fear, but do it anyway. Do what it is you want to do. And so, my friend, if this is you, if anything I've said here today resonate with you, then I want you to just take a time, go hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it to others, anybody you know that is going to help. Share it and come back for more. Follow me on my social medias or check out my other channel where I do crafting and sewing and embroidery and other handicrafts. I help teach people in Africa how to use their skill to make some money. So follow me. Let's go on this journey. If I can be of any help to you, my email address is always down in my description. Just send me an email or meet me on Facebook, join my Facebook group, leave me a message, and I can get back to you and we can talk. Thank you and God bless you, my friend, and I will see you again.